So hello everyone, Ben Williams here, back out in the field, and we're checking on a couple things. We're checking a couple cameras in here today. We got rain, and I got a couple hours before my bachelor party this afternoon, so I'm out here actually just staying busy, keeping out here in the field. So what I'm in here doing is checking on this area that was TSI cut, or sanitation cut, I guess you'd call it, or salvage cut of the ash in here before the value and the trees are no good from the emerald ash borer. So opened up a ton of canopy. Daylighted this wood lot a ton. We're going to have growth in here for years to come. And now we have nice established logging trails that we can hunt. However, the key with this is hunt, not access on the logging roads themselves. I mean, big, nice cut-in logging roads that we can maintain with herbicide, mowing, different planted crops, everything like that. These lend into very predictable deer movements as well, especially putting forage along these. So what we're going to do accordingly is instead of coming back in here, this is only maybe a 10-acre or so block of timber, instead of coming back in here and setting up here somewhere where I can cover about all these logging roads from a standpoint, there's only a couple spots where these dump out into ag fields or transitioning blocks of cover that they go up and around. Down here on the end with a hedgerow, down this hedgerow, little isolated block out in the middle of the backside of this hidden field. There's a lot of different features that come together with this piece that we can hunt better than getting in here and blowing out this high quality 10-acre block of cover and food. We'll just hunt them coming on their way out or their way back into it. So, and I already bumped a couple deer out of here today actually too, as I'm finishing pulling my cameras. So with this, we're going to go down this old ditch bed from the south that's down here, comes down just right in through here, and then links up with the old ditch that runs east to west right here. These were old ag drainages and stuff like that that were put in on this piece historically. We got some good germination on the logging road, a little bit too swampy, but we do have good germination of the brassicas and stuff that we put in here. Radish and crimson clover. I'm assuming there's some clover in this mix popping too, which is good. So we'll see how this all takes. But again, instead of hunting these logging roads on them, walking in on them, walking out on them, we're going to hunt from the outsides of this. And same thing on the north end, when we hunt this with a south predominant wind for this kind of block, we're going to go right down the top of that where we're defilated away from the cover that's down in here in the bottom. You can see how nice and thick this is with treetops and cover and everything like that. I mean, as you can see, barely can see out through there. So that's the thing, we're going to probably go right down along that north end. A lot of good cover and tops in this pocket. Kind of rolls down. We'll be up on the top of the hill, but blocked by the cover of the treetops and everything like that to access along the north side. I was in here with someone the other day and we were talking about this. They said, well, you can just walk right on the south side of this thing. But look how open it is out to this ag field here. Open not for deer to come in and out necessarily, but open where they can see in and out. So if I was going to do something like that, I would come below the defilé of this hill and come straight up single line in and over. That way you could maybe get in and do that. We'll see if that's applicable, but I know we have one existing stand before this timber harvest. That'll probably stay in that tree. I shot a nice buck out of that on video a few years back. And then again, got an established stand on the north end that might stay, and I think one will be right in about where we started this video, and that clump maple is kind of a tree that got picked out. I wish the crossing was another 15 yards from there, which might be where we make the ditch bed crossing in the future and plug that one up with brush. Not plug the ditch, but plug the crossing up. So this is a piece that the landowner lets us do quite a bit of management on, and we hooked them up with a timber harvest in here and got them somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $15,000. I don't know exactly what it was, but we did a complete landing split with the logger. 60 landowner, 40% logger. That's a great split and a great one. Usually you can get like a 50-50 and stuff like that. We cut cherry, a couple hickory, but they split on the way down, unfortunately. So we didn't cut as much hickory as we thought we were gonna, just because they weren't sticking together really well. But again, some cherry. And then the big dollar thing was really kind of the ash. There was some nice ash came out of here. A couple soft maples came out of here. One that was really, really nice, brought over $1 a foot. And then for soft maple, that's a heck of a sticker price. So yeah, and then we got the landowner several $1,000s for this cut. The ash was going to go bad anyway. The logger did a great job cleaning up these logging roads. Very impressed with them. Didn't leave the ditch all wadded up. Made nice crossings across the ditch. Again, it was before all this rain. But everything's holding up good. Nothing's backed up after his logging operation. That's the other thing I wanted to check. after 6+ inches of rain here that's doing this. Look how much daylight you got in this canopy. So they think these brassicas and stuff are going to take really well, and if they don't, we can always top dress with grains once we get a little bit more leaf drop. And then there'll be some residual ash that's still dying off in here that wasn't big enough to cut for timber. So that's the takeaway for today, guys. And the think about it a little bit is your access, rather than coming right down this one. You know, that when I was in here walking it with the guy the other day, he was saying, man, you walk right down this, walk right into your stand. The problem is you're right in the bottom. You have all this high quality tops and bedding in here established by this cut right now. This is the last place I want to walk into this wood block to hunt. I want to be walking way up above that with a south wind blowing it out onto a neighboring piece of property, out into a big open ag field. Or I want to come straight from the south up that ditch bed, completely in cover, completely blocked by that, to be able to hunt with maybe a north wind or west wind or something like that. Again, it's going to be a little bit of figuring this out and a little bit of trying to see how the deer are going to change with this. They did bed in here some before, but now they're going to bed in here a heck of a lot more. I mean, you can see they opened up a ton of canopy in here. This is one of the main bedding spots I think they're going to have here. And it's not just dead-ended in there. There's lots of little cutouts and pull-aways and stuff like that where the logger pulled a couple trees out that he cut. So, a ton of daylight. Going to have a ton of growth in this. So as you can see, if I'm walking up on that field edge, the deer are down in here in this pocket of tops and stuff. I can pretty much be defilated up on that north end, I'm hoping. So we'll get a good look at it after this video is done, because I've already gone on for about 7 minutes now. But just a great looking spot. Looking forward to hunting it. Looking forward to the pictures that are on this pole. They've been out for a week now, but I wanted to check these ditches after all this rain, make sure we didn't have any issues in here backing it up and stuff like that. So the local ag fields didn't get flooded out, because that's a very real thing with when you get rain about like this and you don't have cleaned out ditches. So ditches are all clean, that's good. Logging roads, we got germination on what we planted, and now we're just planting on our stands. Gonna take the trail cam data we got, tracks info and stuff that I got by looking around a little bit more today and picking out where the deer are moving around. And want to thank y'all for tuning in. Catch y'all next time here in the field back at T-Ditch. Take care.